African are currently using the same time zone, right? And then we have ourselves here. So I think the only people that are quite behind is United States. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's begin. Hey guys, good evening. Trust we're good. If you can hear me, you can see my screen. If you could unmute your mic and speak. Can you hear me? Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can hear you. I can see your screen.
Also. Okay, so let's begin. Welcome to Excel Study Group. Yep, we're finally doing this, right? Finally doing this. A number of us have been looking forward to the study group. I think I talked about the study group in January on the community and had like three people coming to my DM and they were like, Timothy, please send me a reminder when it's available. But we didn't do it in January, we didn't do it in February, we did it in March, we're doing it now in April, right? And that's how important it is to build something of value. It takes time to build and it requires a lot of intelligence and structured work. And that's why a lot of things have been quiet regarding to this launch. So those of us that joined in early, you already we're supposed to have an onboarding last week, but a number of persons were here to join the program. So we had to stall. But while we were stalling, there was a need to have the foundational class. Um, there was a need to have the foundational class in check, right? A number of us before now have learned or gone through some tools, and Microsoft Excel might have been something we did in a very, 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 very long time, maybe some years back. And so it was important that we had a foundational course. And that was the reason why when you joined it, you were put on that platform to start the foundational course. All right. And I'm looking forward to hearing from us how the course was. I'm gonna be asking some of us questions about what we planned, how we went through the course, what stood out for us, what we struggled with, what was new, what was a reminder, what was a refresher. These are some of the things I am going to ask us on the call. But then let's begin. So officially, welcome to Excel Study Group. My name is Timothy and you're gonna be seeing my face a lot. You're gonna be hearing my voice a lot. I'm literally gonna be in your face, right? Because you chose this, and you did not just choose this. You decided to commit your growth to us here in SmartBizCrux Technologies. You decided that you wanted to be a part of something that would push you, something that would, you know, get you consistent, something that would help you to stay focused. You made this choice to be here. So allow me to have the privilege of steering you up towards what you decided to sign up for. This call is going to be focused on four things. First, I'm going to I'm going to introduce myself, but indirectly, you are also going to introduce yourself, right? And then I'm going to talk about the study group. What is the structure? What is different from other study group? Why is this different from other study group? For those of us that have joined in from the previous or from any of our study groups, right? And then we're gonna take questions regarding to what you're looking forward to, what you're hoping to be a part of. Now, yes, that's what tonight is gonna look like. So this is my agenda for tonight. First, I'm gonna introduce myself. Of course, some of you already know me, and some of you don't. But it's gonna be a pleasure to serve as your coach on this study group. And then I'm going to get to meet some of us. In fact, I'm going to get to meet all of us by name, by location, by whatever we do. And then I'm going to get into the study group. I'm going to talk about the modality, talk about the structure of the program. We'll also tell you some of the challenges you're going to be expecting so that you can suit up, right? So that you can brace for impact. Because there nobody promises that this study group is going to be easy. I'll be honest with you. It's going to be draining because you're going to be hearing things that you've not heard before. And for those of us that are already familiar with Microsoft Excel, I'm gonna be putting you in a part that you thought you were very strong on. You probably have thought you knew this thing before now, and there's nothing there. Wait till you get into the program, right? And then I'm gonna take questions from us, and we're going to get right into it. Are we still good? We're good. Okay, I see one reaction. I see two reactions. Are you guys counting this reaction that you're giving? Okay, I see three. We have about 9 persons, 8 persons on the call. I'm expecting like five at least. Aha, now you're talking. So I want to meet some of us. I want to know what has stood out for you. I think this is the part also where you also tell me about the foundation class. All right. If you've gone through the foundation class, you can also tell me here during the introduction. So tell me your name. Tell us what you currently do so that I can know how exposed are you to, this application and how far you're ready to go with this. And then you can tell me where you're joining from. And then you could add your experience on the foundation class. What stood out for you? What did you take home? You could literally just tell me what stood out for you. All right. And that'll be it regarding to our introduction. So I'm gonna start from Peter Ogechi. Hi, Peter. You joined in. I Oge, sorry. You joined in pretty early. That was very impressive. Do you want to go first? Yeah, you can go ahead and speak. Yeah. Okay, you can unmute your mic and speak.
Good evening, sir. My name
I
is my name is Peter Ogechuku. I'm joining from Abakaliki. Sir, can you hear me?
yeah. We hear you clearly.
Okay, I'm joining from Abakaliki, and what was the other question?
What do you currently do?
Okay, I'm
Or
a
what are you?
student. I'm a student.
Oh, okay, that's good. What level?
Final year.
Oh, nice. All right. So you went through the foundational course. Tell me a bit about it. What's
Yes.
the
Okay. So the foundational class really opened my eyes because I was just thinking it's just the conventional Excel that we're going to be learning, but
uh,
because when I went through the foundational class, saw like there's a very big difference between Excel and what I know about Excel and what is going to be taught in this study group. And even for the analysis, I saw a whole lot of what I don't know before. So I would say the class was actually very necessary for us to be able to be for us to scale through in this class. We need the foundational class.
all
So
right.
thank you for the class, sir.
All right. Thank you. Yes, that was Ogechi. And I'm glad you actually took something from that foundational class. All right. So let me go to second person. I don't know, Amaka, you've been having network issues back and front. Sorry about that. Are you back? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, so do you want to do an introduction, your name, where you're joining from, and how was the foundational class for you? And what you do? Yeah.
Okay, okay. Good evening, everyone. My name
I
is Amefelicia Amaka Fivo. Uh, I'm currently serving in Akure, Ondo State.
okay. Um, how was the foundational class for you?
Okay, the foundational class, it was really nice and very interesting. Although this is my first time of getting involved in a class like this, and some of the terminologies are still very new to me, and it's still doing me one kind, but I know that I will understand as we keep going. But I got to know that I got to know what data analysis is all about, and its benefits and what I stand to gain as I continue the class. Thank you.
All right, that was good. That was good. Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you so much. Okay, Issei Chimirinka. Yeah, Chief, what's up? How you doing? Do you want to do an introduction? Yeah, Issei Chimirinka, are you active on the call? All right. Okay, so while I look forward to hearing from him, Isaac Alpha, do you want to do an introduction?
Good evening, everyone.
Hi,
Can
good.
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Good evening,
Good evening,
good
Chief.
evening. My name is Isaac. I am a student in FUTA 300 level, studying computer science. I I recent I joined the study group quite late. I think I did two quiz, and then I checked my status. It was showing that I didn't submit anything, I guess. So I think I came late. And I checked the courses after I joined the quiz. I'm sorry about that. So it was more like introduction. So I saw something about types of data, three types of data, and the basic four types of data analysis. So I learned a lot from there. Well, I think I already have previous experience, so it was quite easy for me to watch the videos, and I watched them very fast. So thank you very much. That class was very necessary. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Isaac. Yeah. So that's Isaac. He already has knowledge of these things before now. And the foundation class was just a reminder. And that's the whole idea, right? Because when you're about to get into something that is a bit, I wouldn't say advanced, I would say more practical, you need to get your theoretical knowledge sound, right? And that's what we wanted to do with the foundational class. And I'm glad it did make that sense. I'm going to take one more person and then I'll get back into my session. Ololade Peter, good evening. How you doing?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Chief, good evening. Do you want to do an introduction and then I'll get back into the question?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. My name is Olade Adekoya. I just finished my NYC program, and I really did enjoy the. I'm joining from Lagos. I really did enjoy the foundational class, the lectures, and the class. The lecturing was just very smooth, very. It's something that you can just sit with. You don't need any further explanation. So I'm glad you did a wonderful work there by breaking it down to its simplest form, and also the assessment. Everything was quite good. I already even felt like a data analyst already, even though I don't have any knowledge power to I don't have any knowledge before. But I think with the theoretical foundation class, there is so much to learn, and I'm glad I'm here. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. So thank you everyone for sharing. The whole idea is for us to check in with ourselves that we have a approach to understanding this things, right? I know for a number of us we're new to this things. All right, apologies that, oh yeah, I should say this, apologies that the video was long. You know how you're starting something and you're starting it hard, and then while you get into the program now balances that stress that you've gone through. That's what we wanted to achieve. So let me tell you what I wanted to achieve. The video was long so that you could be patient enough to endure. Right? I know that for some of us, we don't like long videos, and for some of us, the content was important, and that's why we had to try to watch it. I know for some of us, we had to spread watching the video for like 3 days, 4 days. And I know for some of us, we speed up the video so that we can, brush it quickly and then understand it and then be able to take the assessment. Apologies for all the inconvenience, but moving forward, the classes are not going to be that long. I can promise you that no video is going to be more than 20 minutes. highest 25 minutes. All right. Because each video is going to be focusing on one concept. Well, as I make further progress into our conversation tonight, it's going to be very detailed. So no video is going to be that long. Our highest video you're going to see is 25 minutes. All the videos are going to be pre-recorded, meaning you would watching the video that is meant to do the lesson you're expected to go for. So yeah, I just had to apologize for that. Now, let's get into the heart of tonight. What is the study group about? One is this study group is very structured. I can bet it with you. If you've been in any of our study group before, then you already know what our study group looks like. It's not a regular course. In fact, you would even appreciate what we do here than a regular course. Mhm. I just said, yeah, you would appreciate what we do here more than a regular course. Why? Because I was speaking with a friend, I think that was a couple of, I think 2 to 3 days ago, and he should actually be on this call. So I was asking him because he was one of my students in one of the courses that we did, and he said, Timothy, when I look at the course and I look at the study group, I would prefer to pay for the study group again and again and again than to go for the course, even if the course was free. And I was like, oh, really? And that was because of the stress that a general course will take you, right? A general course will take you to watch tons of videos, be in classes, spend hours repeating the concept. I mean, I've been there. I've designed courses for different platforms, data analytics, data science. Um, I've also trained. I'm also a coach and mentor, both trained within and outside, different kinds of audience, right? Advanced, intellectual, and beginners, novice, business leaders. I've trained those sort of people. So I can tell what is the best way to learn anything that is tech. And because of that understanding, that is what has inspired the study group to be this structured. So expect a structured platform. When I say structured platform, I'm going to give you the next slide is going to contain what that structure really means. Secondly, this study group is hands-on. What's a hands-on? A hands-on learning program is a program that is focused on practice. I'll say that again. A hands-on learning program is a program that is focused on practice. And what does this mean here on this study? It means that our learning here is going to be practical, meaning from day one, you're already getting to see a project. Yep, I don't need to scare you. Nah, don't be scared. Nah, that's not the goal here. But I'm telling you that you should expect that from day one, I'm going to be introducing you to a project because the way we're going to learn in this class is from a project approach. Microsoft Excel is used by different kinds of people. And so there is this confidence that people have about Excel until when they meet project and they're like, oh shit, oh my God, what's going on? I thought I knew this thing. And then have to go back to YouTube, or you have to go back to a course that you had access to, or you have to find somebody to guide you. And you go to ChatGPT or any AI or any generative AI that you use, and you're Googling, and you're like, oh God, I don't know what to do on this project. Exactly. You see that whole feeling that you feel when you go through a project. We want to take off that stress and come from a learning approach to a project. Quite interesting, right? And that's one thing about this program. It's going to be project driven. How many of us was in the Excel project series? The Excel project series. Any hands up? I mean, if nobody was there, Isaac was, right? And Isaac, let me hear from you. How was that project series? Like, how was that project for you?
I won't lie to you. That project was the worst project I've done, like in terms of my own performance, because I was expecting Excel projects to be very easy, and I have even done a dashboard project, but that one was just one data, just one sheet. This one was three. I had to connect everything, and my connection was so bad. My design very poor. I even did the design twice. I did not still get it right. So, well,
Exactly right. Now
I'm
get
not happy that I didn't do well. That's all.
right. Exactly. Isaac was in the project series that we did a couple of months ago. And not just Isaac, I we had like 30 persons on that study on that project series. And I had from about 10 to 15 people, right? And honestly, everybody had an opinion about that project. It was annoying, they did not expect it to be that way. It was not straightforward. It was practical. It was literally what businesses would put a data analyst in. Guess what? That's your first project that we're starting to learn on this course. Exactly. So this course is coming from that project. All right. It's coming from that project. So it means that from day one, I'm going to be starting with the project, importing the project data, cleaning that data, preparing that data, analyzing the data, and you're going to be learning that project in the course. So it means I'm going to scrape out all of the what is Microsoft Azure, how do you do some function. I'm sorry, guys, you probably will not be hearing how do you do some function. This is actually a very mature program, and if you're not ready to commit, you're going to open your eyes and discover that we finished the project in just 2 weeks and you're just starting day one. Mhm. So that's why I'm telling you from now that this is focused on practical learning. All right. I'm bringing in all my experience as a data professional for the past 4+ years, all my experience for working for a UK and a US company as a data analyst, all my experience in training over 1,000 people in data analytics, all my experience of creating data analytics platform for people and myself. I'm bringing all of this experience into one study group. Now, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I believe that when it comes to learning, the best way to learn is from a practical angle. And not just from a practical angle, the best way to learn is to build problem solving skills from through that thing you're learning. That means if you're learning something that you cannot bring to the real world, then you're going to spend a lot of time learning the thing that is not relevant. So allow me to also tell you that by the end of this program, you're going to be coming out with a portfolio that would contain about 3 minimum projects, right? Because we're going to be going to 3 projects, and those projects are going to be spread out into the 60 days. And those projects are what this course is going to be designed. Meaning, you're going to first go through projects in the course, and then you're going to now get your own project. By then, your confidence will have increased, your expertise will have increased, your technical ability will have increased, many things will have increased. So you're beating your chest, working into a project, and in 1 week, you can complete a data analytics project end to end without any support, assistance, or guidance from an external platform. Maybe AI could be your guidance, but then you figure it out. And we're going to be showing you, I'm also going to be showing you how to use AI to do a lot of things as a data analyst. So if you were expecting to see many things in the flyer, oh, AI and how data analysts, I feel like there's no need to talk about it. Just show us how it's done and let's just do it and then let's do it. That's the best way we are coming in this study group. It's going to be different from other study groups that you've been in. For those of us that are joining in from the SQL study group or joining in from the Python study group, I think one of my friends from the Python study group is here. All right. So it's going to be just different. So let's pick up. What are the 5 steps that you should pay attention to get the best out of this program? One, there's going to be a new lesson every 2 days. And this lesson will close within 48 hours. After that lesson closes, that lesson expires. So if you do not complete a lesson between 48 hours, you might come to the platform and guess what? You would not see the video or some files there because those files would have been removed, not deleted, removed. Because I want everybody to be on the pace that I have set for this program. And if you actually know what you're here for, then you would create the time. I know it will not be comfortable. I know it's going to be very stressful. I know it might not be favoring, but you just to be here, right? So expect that this is our structure. The second thing I needed to pay attention to is that there's going to be quizzes after every lesson. By now, you already know what our quiz looks like, right? They are a test of what you've learned. Meaning, if you've learned a topic so well, then I expect you to, do well in that quiz. I expect to see your score. I expect to use that quiz to measure your understanding of that topic. So every time I go back to the quiz and I look at everybody's score, and I expect that, okay, if I see anybody that is having a low score, it means that either this person did not understand that lesson that he was created, or he or she did not watch that lesson, so he just stumbled into the quiz and just did it, or he did not really pay attention to the lesson, just fast forwarded it to the end and thought he had learned it. So this is what the quiz is going to expose: your weakness, or your failure to get it, or your lack of ability to, be actively in that lesson. The quiz is going to expose this. Now, does it mean that you cannot take the quiz again and again and again? No, 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 no. You can take the quiz. You can take it like 5 times, 7 times, 10 times. You can take it as much time as you want. Or guess what? I'm going to be seeing the number of times you take the quiz, because it's not going to be deleted. So I will still know if you're struggling or not. So you cannot escape. The reason why I'm saying this is because I need you to know that we're here to help you. We're here to build you. We're here to support your learning. So your ability to open up your weakness is the only way we can help. Does that make any sense to you? So the quiz is there for you to help us measure your weakness, measure where you're strong at, or where you're weak at. Now, very important, review calls. Review calls. You cannot miss review calls, though. Let me say it again. You cannot miss review calls, oh, because review calls are not going to be like this. They're going to be practical. I'm going to ask you to share your screen, show me what you've done in day one, because the classes are project based, meaning when you get to day 5, it's what you have done in day 1, day 2, day 3 that you're going to keep using till day 5. So it means if you've not been doing day 1, day 2, day 3, and you just open your eyes and you jump on day 5, guess what? You're going to be saying RFM score, you're going to see the RFM score, chunk analysis, scale. You're going to be saying things that you don't know. You're like, Jesus, what's going on? How did I get here? And guess what? When you're confused in something, you're naturally going to give up. That's where give up starts, when you're not clear about something. When you're not clear, you walk away and you will just feel like, ah, I'm not getting it. Let me just carry my bum and my leg and be going. So that's what will happen. You'll leave. And guess what? You miss an opportunity, because if you come back another edition to sign up for this study group, guess what? The study group is going to be 50K and above. So this is your opportunity to learn it affordably, your opportunity to learn it patiently, ask questions, take your time. So every Thursday by 9 p.m., we're going to join here, this same link, and you're going to ask questions, share me your screen, and tell me, oh, Timothy, I did this, I wasn't getting it, I'm struggling, please help me. And I'm literally going to help you on the call. So the call are going to be practice based, so you don't want to miss out. Are we still together, guys? Now, peradventure you miss out because of one personal reasons or the other, the classes are going to be, the recordings are going to be available on YouTube. So you can always watch it again. But guess what? You watching it again is not going to be as helpful as you being in that class when it was done and you can ask questions. And I can't guarantee you that all recording will be recorded, because this is Nigeria. I can be recording and something will happen, you know. And if it happens, the only thing I'll tell you is, oh, sorry, I was recording and the file gets corrupted. That's what I'll tell you. The file is corrupt, and you cannot tear your shirt. Okay, you can tear your shirt, but you cannot beat me. So it means you've literally missed a whole practical session on a project journey. So who's to be blamed? So try as much as to be available, whether late or early, just join, because you will miss out. You will miss out. All right. And then last step is for you to pay attention to the kind of projects that we're going to be doing here. Again, we're doing both team project and individual project, meaning at a point on this study group, we're going to be paired together to do a project. And at a point on this study group, you alone are going to work on a project. So you want to start now to address your mind. That's what I'm telling you all this. All right. There's no surprises on this study group. There's only expectation. I'll say that again. There's no surprises on this study group. I don't like surprises. I Anything I want, I plan it, I expect it to happen, so I work towards it. So your job is to work towards it. There's no surprise. So you want to make up your mind, you want to put your house in order, you want to get your jotters for keeping notes and noting down questions when you watch this lesson. You want to, you know, if possible, repeat a lesson again to be sure you understood it. You want to practice alongside while you watch. You want to ask questions while you're watching. Maybe take a screenshot, send it to the group. All the things that you can do to get the best out of this program. Just be an opportunist. Let me just tell you, be an opportunist. Be an opportunist. Be an opportunist. Take opportunity, take an advantage of this and get the best out of this. Because if you come back another time for this edition, guess what? You're either going to be paying higher. Well, it's fine, Sha. Let's not talk about the pay, but then let's be real, you're going to be paying higher. Yeah, right. Those of us that joined the study group in SK when it was free, now they're asking Timothy, this price, can I not just pay half? I'm like, no, that's not the plan. Because that was an opportunity for you to learn it then when it was free and you missed it. So if you come back again next month, the price will have increased again, because that's how value goes. Values are always the highest price bidders. Yeah, values are high price bidders. So it's the person that can bid for that price that has been set. I can get it. So you don't want to miss this opportunity. Whether you got in here by any means or the other, take advantage of it. Because if you come back by a month or two from now, you won't find these things the way they are. I can promise you that. And then another reason why you should take it serious is because opportunities are hanging around. So I have a student, and just 2 weeks ago, a friend asked her, my company is hiring data analysts. And she was like, oh, I just started the data analysis course. And they were like, if to say you don't let this thing now you for take this opportunity. Now, when she was telling me, I was smiling because I know what it feels like to see an opportunity, but you don't have the skills that meet to the opportunity. I know what it feels like to want to go to the next level, but you don't have the skill set and the experience and even the evidence to prove that you are ready for that opportunity. So you want to have this time as your training time. Everybody admire footballers on the pitch, but then you went there when they were doing all their training and raising the balls to 100 raise and doing 50 push-ups and doing like you went there when they were doing all of those things. So at the end of the day, nobody cares where you land. Nobody cares what you paid to learn. Nobody cares how much effort and hard work it took you to learn. No single body, even your loved ones don't care. The highest you hear is chai, ew, ah, yeah, sorry. And sorry does not put food on the table. Sorry does not get you to your next opportunity. Sorry does not even make you feel better, except you tell yourself, I'm feeling, oh, Benny, sorry doesn't do anything. So you want to tell yourself, this platform is what I need, and I will try as much as to create the time for it. For me, I believe that if you go through the study group, you're going to gain three things. I mean, you're going to gain the following things. One is you're going to come out with three complete projects. At least, if I'm not certain of anything, those projects, you're going to come out from it. Learning project, or not even the ones that you do, because you're still going to do your own project in the course. But three projects are going to be used to teach you. So you're going to come out with three industry projects. Basically, you're also going to come out with that ability to develop a strong problem solving skills using Excel, right? You're also going to learn how to clean data, how to analyze data, how to visualize data, which are the things we talked about in the foundational course. And then in this course, you're going to build dashboard. You're going to create automated reports. By the end of this program, you're going to come out with so much confidence on how to apply Excel and any spreadsheet tool to a real work scenario. All right. So if you feel you would also like to apply this knowledge in another tool, which is not Excel, be my guest. All right. Try it out. Take it up. But just know that you'll be also doing some research alongside. Maybe you might be asking an AI, how do you do this in Google Sheets? Let's say, for example, you've watched a concept and the concept, you're trying to now do the concept in another tool. So you can ask yourself, I mean, that tool must be a spreadsheet tool. It must be a spreadsheet tool. Some spreadsheet tools could be Microsoft Excel, could be Google Sheets, could be WPS, could be LibreOffice. Any of these four tools I just mentioned, they are spreadsheet tools. So I'm certain that all tools can do similar roles if you do the research around it. All right. So you can also give that a shot. Are we still together, guys? I'm seeing one reaction. I'm seeing two reaction. Now I'm saying three. Now I need five. I'm saying four. Okay, now I'm saying five, six. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, oh, I think you don't need this. Don't worry. Let's talk about the platform you're going to be exploring. So the platform you're going to be exploring includes the following. Of course, by now you already have gotten used to Google Classroom. So nobody's going to tell me, Coach, where is the shoe on the table? I catch you. Google Classroom is our first place of resource. So you're going to be having all the materials on Google Classroom, both the lesson, the videos, the slides, the quiz, all of it is going to be on Google Classroom. All right. Then the WhatsApp group is where I want you to always ask questions, leave a feedback, or ask questions. If you take a quiz, always send the screenshot to the WhatsApp group. I'll say that again. If you take any quiz on the Google Classroom, bring that screenshot to the WhatsApp group, because that's when I'm going to have an evidence that you've actually completed a mile here. All right. So you want to keep the WhatsApp group as your pinned group. I'll say that again. You want to pin the WhatsApp group on your WhatsApp. You want to pin this WhatsApp group on your WhatsApp, because a message can drop 12:30 and you would not know that it's closing in 30 minutes. All right. So you want to stay close to the group. You want to stay close to the group for the period of this study group. After the study group, you can unpin the chat. You can leave the group. You can, you know, delete the application. You can leave the classroom. I mean, I've never seen anybody leave the classroom after we're done. So I think that's enough evidence that it's actually very valuable to everyone. All right. So you can do anything you want to do after the study group, but you must stay on the study group till this program is over. And if you feel like you want to leave, you will come into my DM and you will plead your case why you should leave. Anybody that leaves the study group without proper information, even if he's coming back and is ready to pay 1 million, he would not be admitted into any study group. That's the rule moving forward for any of the study group we're going to create, because the study group is supposed to be a place to stay committed, consistent, and focused on your career. Why would you leave without talking to a coach or talking to whoever is in charge of that program? It's actually very wrong. All right. So this is one of the things that we're laying as a rule here. The WhatsApp group is where we have accountability, is where we ask questions, and any updates, that's where you're gonna sit. When a message is dropped on the group, please acknowledge it. It makes us know that you're still here, you've seen the message, and you understood what has been said. But if you don't acknowledge this message, it makes us feel like, okay, maybe this person is just here for here. It's probably not actively. And anytime you feel like you're not getting some things done, please reach out. Maybe you missed, or you feel like, oh, you're too tight with work, you cannot catch up on some things. Reach out. It just shows a level of respect and a level of maturity to growth, right? So if you know you cannot meet up with a particular day, reach out. Timothy Alpha, I can't meet up with this thing. Or I'm sorry. Then I will come up with something for you. But if it's like 30 minutes to the closing and you reach out, where's my gun? I always have gun for everybody, just so you know, and you will collect it in your DM. So you want to keep the group active. You want to stay close to what we do here, right? And then we have the Google Meets. The Google Meet is where we're going to be having all of our sessions live and active. Now, you want to ask yourself, can you stay committed and show up every day here? You have to make that promise to yourself. If you have to set an alarm on your phone, because for some of you, I'm going to disrupt your activity every day. this platform is going to disrupt your activity, meaning you're going to be seeing somebody tag you. I mean, let me not even say somebody because Blessing is here. You're going to be seeing Blessing tag you back to back. You're going to be seeing me tag you back to back. You're going to be seeing posts, and you're going to feel like, so many messages. Say, for example, you leave the group and you come back like 2 days later and you're seeing 30 new messages. That's because you should expect that you're here for something. So ask yourself, can you commit to showing up 30, 60 days throughout this program? All right. Ask yourself, are you willing to learn? Are you ready to share? Are you ready to apply? Now, let me even tell you about sharing. While we're in this program and you want to use this platform to build your online presence or stay active on social media, especially LinkedIn, this is an opportunity for you. All right. So I'm saying this, but it's part of the rules, and you're going to meet it in the class. While we go through the project, I'm going to be asking you to put some things on LinkedIn, not just for putting for LinkedIn's sake, but for creating that online presence for yourself. All right. Because one of the things we've learned over time, or I've learned over time, is when people want to know how good you are in something or the kind of person that you are, they check your digital history. They look at the things that you share, they look at the kind of things you put out there, and they use it to tell the kind of person you are. Some people will collect your number not because they want to chat you or text you, they just want to save your number and be watching your status. Am I wrong? That's true. If a guy wants to get to know a girl and he could just say, give me your number, not necessarily because, okay, let's not go there. Some people don't want to really call you, they just want to follow you on your WhatsApp, on your WhatsApp status. All right. So you want to be that person that your online presence reflects the kind of person that you are professionally. And when it doesn't reflect yourself professionally, it means you are one person in offline and online. There's nothing about you that can prove to someone that you are who you say you are. All right. So imagine that you say you're a data analyst and nobody sees anything data related on your profile, or they don't see anything that shows you're good at what you say you do. If another person has something that is more convincing, they will choose that person over you. Even if you are the founder of data analytics, even if you are the father of data analytics, if your online presence does not have something to show that you are learning, that you are building, that you are committed to growth, that you're consistent in your career, if your online presence does not have that thing, it will take you double effort to convince somebody. So I'll tell you something that happened to me. I met this guy on in a conference, right? And he it was a TikTok live. It was data analytics TikTok live, right? And a lot of people were asking questions, and I asked a particular question, and I answered some people's question because I knew what the guy they were asking. And some people was interested in connecting with me. One person said, Timothy, send me a request, right? So I sent him a request, and he went to my profile, and then he came back and he was like, bro, you are really into this thing. And I think I'm interested in working with you. And he sent me his number and we connected on WhatsApp. And he's in the US. And currently we're working on a project. Now, why did that happen to me? How did I get that guy to see me as someone that he can connect with, as someone with value? It was because my online presence was reflecting my skills. The conversation was not enough to convince him. In fact, he wanted to now know he wanted to know me more. And he connected on TikTok and he saw my TikTok profile and I was like, whoa, guy, you have like a lot of things you're doing in data. That was enough to convince him. He didn't need me to send a CV. He didn't need me to he didn't need me to say, pitch yourself to me. I mean, come on, ain't nobody gonna ask me to do that. If I can't remember the last time anybody asked me to sell myself, I can't remember the last time. Now, it's not because of my level in data, it's because my online presence is a reflection of me. So you might see me on the street wearing trousers and buying ice cream. Guess what? When you meet me online, you get to know more about me. So that's what you should be looking at whenever you go online. Not competition, not oh, this person is doing better. Oh, look at this person. No, 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 no. That's not the reason for the online presence. It's for you to put what you're doing out there. In fact, you go there, put it and leave. You necessarily don't need, of course, there's a place to learn. You get to that point where you start learning online from other people's content. But as at the time when you feel like your job is, you're currently building your skills, just go there, put it and leave. Am I saying anybody's mind? Because these are the only things you're going to use to attract anybody to you. And I'm serious about it. I am very serious about it. Why we go through this program, I'm going to make it mandatory that some things you learn, you put it out there. Yes. And that's all I have for us in this study group for our onboarding. All right. The goal was the whole idea is if you're here, create the time for it. Even when it's not comfortable, try. And if it's super not comfortable, reach out. Leave a message, leave a comment, come to my DM, ask questions. Don't be shy to ask questions. Don't be afraid of you. This question is very silly. Come on, ain't nobody gonna care about how silly your question is. What everybody cares about is how good you are. So if you have to ask the silly question to understand, please do. Please do. Right? So take advantage of this program, take advantage of this platform. You might not find it like this again. For those of us that have been in any of the study group, you already know how study group are. They are very demanding. They are very very demanding, right? The moment you say you want to step out or you get too busy for the study group, you just discover that the study group have left you behind. And let me just tell you from now, not everybody's going to finish the study group successfully. It's not because we are not all committed and disciplined. No, it's because not everybody's going to push themselves to the end. I'll be honest with you. Now, when you come out of this study group, you're going to get a certificate, you're going to get a digital badge, you're going to have projects on your portfolio, you're going to have an online presence showing so many things that you have learned. That's if you've been consistent about it. You're going to be very confident about your skills. And you yourself, you won't need to sign up for any data analytics course that is so focused on Excel. You'll be looking for advanced course, maybe something in Power BI, maybe something in SQL, maybe something in Python, maybe something that is, you will be focused on building your own skills, your own portfolio, over going back to learn. That's how important is this platform. So your first task is for you to join the study group, which everybody has checked. Think down. Second thing is to explore the classroom and know what the platform is about, which I think everybody has done. Ding dong. Every time you take a lesson on the study group on Google Classroom, please leave a comment. Leave a comment of what you've learned. Leave a comment of what stood out for you. The reason is I get to know how much you took out from that lesson. That's what I use those comments to do. Okay, so it helps me to get closer to you, to see you for who you are, that you're putting the effort, that you're putting the commitment to learning and building yourself. But if you just watch the video and you leave, to me, I won't even know you watched the video. How will I know you watched the video? I won't even know. I won't even know how much that value meant to you. And you want to also, it's the data that you give us in the study group that will help us to bring out the best in the program. So if you hold back any data that is important to us, you're also holding back all the things that could happen in this program towards our growth. All right. So I'm someone that I'm a two-way street. If you're open to me, I will be open to you. If you're conservative, if you're keeping things to yourself, I'm gonna keep things to myself. All right. So that's the way we all are. We as humans, we are that way too. All right. So take advantage of this program. If you're feeling discouraged, if you're feeling down, if you're losing it, come into my DM, tell me, Timothy, I don't know why I'm not getting this team. I feel disconnected. And you and I will find a way forward. Thank you for joining tonight's review call, which is your onboarding. Some of you've gotten into the classroom, so I will say this is your onboarding. Tomorrow, you're going to get your day one video on the classroom. I wanted to first onboard you before giving you any video to watch so that I can prepare your mind, because the mind is the thing that you will need to be able to excel through this program. And if your mind is well checked, this program will be one of the best things or the best decisions that you would have made for yourself. I hope this was a very insightful session. and I hope you took things down. I hope your mindset is stirred up. This is the part where I would ask for questions. All right. Questions regarding to anything I've said that did not make sense. Question regarding to something that you want to ask. Question regarding to anything at all. Now, while you're asking your question, allow me to take you through the projects, uh, the resource platform that we've designed. All right. Now, these are the three projects you're going to be working on here. How many of us can see my screen? Okay. So this is the project you're going to be working on. We have project one, which is the CRM analytics project. Project two, finance and fintech analytics. Project three, medical and healthcare project. So I'm going to be taking us through different industries. So I'm going to be taking us through different industries to help you see how data analysis can, how we analyze data across these industries. And you're going to be learning a lot through this project. All right. The full lesson is here. All right. Let me take you through the full lesson. So, this is what the lesson is going to look like, right? For me, like I said, we've been building this platform for a while now. So it's something that if you're committed to it, you're going to learn a lot out of it. All right. Let me just take you through the lesson. So the goal of the program is very clear. The expectation, I expect that each student at least should spend 1 or 2 hours on the particular lesson. I expect you to practice every day. I expect you to take the quiz after every lesson. I expect you to actually work with the data that will be in the course. Don't just leave it. All right. And I expect that while you're going through this, don't just learn, like get the insights from it. So in the first session, these are the things I'm trying to achieve. Day one, day two, day three, day four, day five, day six, day seven, day eight, day nine, day 10. Then we have the second session, which is focusing on data cleaning and data validation. So we have the 11, day 12, day 13, day 14, day 15. And then down there's day 16, day 17, day 18, day 19, day 20. And then we have section 3, which is day 21, day 22, day 23, day 24, day 25. And then there's 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And then there's section 4, which also pick us from day 31, day 32, day 33, 34, 35, 36 is down, then 37, 38, 39, 39, 40. And then the last session is 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Down is 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. And then the capstone session, the 51, 52. So why am I sharing you all this? I'm not trying to scare you. Please don't be scared by all this. I'm just telling you that this program is very structured. We've sat down, we've cooked, we've tried to look at what's the best way to help us learn, right? What are the tasks that we should factor in? What is the goal? For each of the days, there's a goal. There's a goal. Let me just tell you. As if you're a coach, any good coach would always have a goal for every topic that they teach. And I think that's something we've been able to do with this study program. And that's what the Excel study group is about, right? It's very clear, it's very structured. It's up to you now to take advantage of this program. If you choose to just be here for hearsay, trust me, you would wake up tomorrow morning and you feel like, oh, I don't miss. And you know that feeling when you miss something that you could have just been committed to. You actually feel bad about it. And then you will have to work twice as hard to get the best out of it. Or you have to pay double the amount for another thing. Or you have to, you know, double your efforts because you missed the opportunity when you had it. So be an opportunist. All right. Be an opportunist. And I promise that you would love it. You would love it. It's not going to be easy for we, but you're going to have a lot of, a lot of things to take home at the end of this program. Thank you for joining. This is where I get to answer your question. Yeah, it's because of the time. I didn't want to start explaining each of the things in the sheets. But if you watch the video again, you can slow down the video and you can read the contents there. All right, guys. Question, question. So who's looking forward? Who's ready for this study group? I don't need to ask who's ready. I know you're ready, right? I know you've been impressed by what you are here for, right? And that's the reason why. All right, Miriam, later. And that's the reason why I had to give you all the details, because I believe if you have all the information about the study group, you would make the right decisions, you would adjust your schedule, you would create the time, and you will get the best here. All right, guys, it's 2 minutes past 10. One thing I made a promise to myself is in this study group, I am going to be very time conscious. If I have to do something for 1 hour, trust me, 1 hour is going to be 1 hour. So if you join in late, you would be hearing, "Thank you for joining. Have a lovely evening." Because you joined in late. So you want to join in earlier so that you can hear the information from the beginning and you can get the best out of this. All right, guys, thank you for creating the time to join this onboarding program. This is your official onboarding. All right, Casey, your hand is up. Go ahead and ask your question. Isaac, okay, good. Casey, let's go first.
Okay. Good evening, Coach, and good evening, everybody.
I,
Casey is my name. Coach, though I was trying to join, but I don't know whether it was network, so I came in a bit late. But all the same, I had a little of what you said. But I have some challenges. One is this one looks somehow complex and God, just looks somehow my brain as well. And another thing, you talked about LinkedIn. This LinkedIn thing, I don't know how to construct my grammar to be there. Just be having that being as in being visible on LinkedIn. How to construct? Is there where you're going to send or is there any link we are going to see how it's done so that you know how to construct your English? The thing has just been somehow. I've just don't know. That's one. And then another one. I don't know whether this call is recorded so that I can go back and then go through. Thank you.
okay, all right. Okay, let me pick it up from the first question. This is it sound advanced, but it's not advanced. It's just structured, If something is structured, it means that everything has been captured in, meaning there's going to be recordings. All classes, all the videos are recorded, right? They are pre-recorded actually. So it means if you watch the video and watch it again, it will make sense to you. With videos, you can replay them, you can go back again, you can literally be on the road walking back from work and you're watching the video. You can be in a taxi going back, going home or going to work, and you can watch the video. So with the recorded video, you don't need to worry yourself about being in class every time. Yours is to show up on Thursday. That's one. The lessons are project focused, meaning they are very easy to flow. In fact, let me show you guys what this slide look like. The slides are very easy. How many of you enjoyed the way the slide were designed in the foundational course? How many of you observed the slide? How easy it is to move around, how beautiful it was, right? That's the whole idea. It's just straightforward. It's straightforward. The slide are simple so that you don't need to read many things at the same time. Take the information in a particular slide, understand it, move on. All right. So everything in the program is recorded, including this onboarding course. So you want to try to always go back to the recording. Like you said, you would go back. So it means you already have that factored in, that you're going to always try to go back to videos and recording. So it's not complex. All right. It's just covered in a way whereby if you show up on the days of classes, the days of review call, if you show up and if you watch the videos again, and if you create the time for this, and if you don't allow any day to carry over into another day, hmm, you know, if you're in day one and we are in day five, just ask Elijah to give you the strength that you use and run, because that's the only way you're going to have to run to catch up. All right. So you don't want to miss a day. All right. It's hard to catch up on something when you break the consistency cycle. So be consistent. Even though you have to study 30 minutes every day, even if you have to set a reminder. Let me tell you the best way to learn. When you're building something, when you're learning something for the first time, these are like the three things you should do. Let me tell you. One is schedule it with a fixed time. Meaning tell yourself, 12 o'clock to 12:30, I must go through the Excel study group. 11:30, you just give a fixed time, fix that time. And you set an alarm. You set an alarm so that when that time reaches, your phone will do ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, and then you block every other thing. Sorry, if you're in a relationship or if you have loved ones, you tell them, please, nobody should stop me at this period. I want to take my class. All right. I like something that Miriam used to do. Miriam would just block everybody. It's like, Timothy, this is my session for this class, right? And I like that. That's how one of the ways to stay disciplined. Block everything. When is that time of your learning? So have a time. It's just like when you were in school, your lecturers always come in around 10 to 12. You have a class, mathematics class from 10 to 12. No matter what you are doing, even though you are not in that class, your mind already knows that more class they will 10 to 12. So you must be able to create that timetable for this program. That's one. All right. Create that timetable. The second thing that you want to do every time is to tell yourself, I have to watch this thing 2 times for me to understand it. Yes, yes. Don't think you understood something the first time you see it, because that's not the way the brain works. The brain does not work by first time experience. It works by pattern. It works by repetition, right? That's why it's called pattern recognition. Your brain is a pattern recognition tool because it will recognize what it has seen. It will say, oh, okay, I remember. It will remember. It's meant to store information and retrieve information. So if you've not put that information to the point where it's stored, storing something does not mean, because you see something does not mean it has been stored. Though. Just like if you meet me for the first time, I say, hey Timothy, what's your name? Or okay, if you meet somebody for the first time, say, hi, what's up? And the person say, oh, I'm David, and you, oh, I'm Helen, and you guys talk. Before you separate from yourself, you say, sorry, what's your name again? That's because your brain did not catch it. So if you learn here and you watch the video the first time, truth be told, you didn't catch it. Trust me. Don't fall for the assumption that you have learned something if you have not repeated it. That's why if you're preparing for an exam, you have to read 3, 4, 5 times before you can know that thing. You have to be in the class when that thing was taught. You have to read it again. You have to glance. Even before you enter the hall, you have to read it again. That's because your brain learned and retain information by repetition. So the first thing, create a schedule for this time, for this study group. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, block every other thing, just learn. Then tell yourself, I must repeat this thing. How many times did I learn this thing? How many times did I watch this video? Once. If it's once, okay, it means that thing, it has not entered your head. All right. If you do these two things, you will get better. These are the things that have helped me to get better in my career as a data person. I always repeat things I learn. I always repeat videos I watch. That's why I save them on my phone so that I can watch them again. All right. So if you try these two things, you get the best. Now let's talk about your LinkedIn. And this is to everybody. If you feel like you don't know how to go about the LinkedIn, first thing I will tell you, go on LinkedIn and study people that have been posting data related content first. Study people's content. Look at the things that they write. The way they write is, oh, this person started from something that is catchy. Oh, this person first like catch me. Oh, this thing is straightforward. This thing is short. Study people that have been posting. Look at the kind of posts that they have been making. Then write your own. Now, when you write your own, if possible, you can, if you feel like you don't trust or you need help, you can send the content to me first. Say, Alpha, coach, look at this thing I want to post. Can you help me touch it a little? Because I'll create that time. If I don't do it immediately, I'll tell you, okay, I'll get back to you before the end of the day. I'll get back to you tomorrow. And I would help you to like touch it small. Then you will improve it. I'll tell you how to teach you how to use AI to write your content in a way that catches attention, all right, or that is clear. And then the kind of graphics you should add or the kind of video you should upload alongside with it. Then after doing it 1, 2, 3 times, you will learn it. But the goal is to study other people's own. Then write the one you want to write, the way you want to write it. Just write it the way you want to write it. Then bring it to me. I can help you review it, and then you can take it out there. And if you already know what you're supposed to do, then you don't need to, struggle. For those of us that already know how to use LinkedIn, just do it. Just do it. But if you have blockers regarding to LinkedIn, then reach out. If you have LinkedIn issue, maybe your LinkedIn has issue, still reach out as well. All right, still reach out as well. And I think those are like the things you can do to get the best out of this. Casey, did I answer your question? No, you ask the question with your mouth. You use your mouth and say yes. You will not clap or react.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Sir. But wait, so wait, sir. Please. You said you made mention of saving your videos on your phone or on the laptop. I find it every time I want to rewatch, I must burn my data. So please, if there's a way to save it on my system, that would be very good. So I can rewatch, and rewatch without data. Please, sir. Yes, sure.
Well, that's simple now. I would first tell you to go to YouTube and type how to save a video from Google Classroom. Then you receive some videos that will help you. Right. So that's one of the things you can try. If you try to watch it and you try to do it, you not get the hair, you can reach out. But the first time you're trying it and you reach out, I can't promise that I will be available because I'm very, very tight on schedule. So that's what I would just say. All right. So anything you're struggling, let me just say to everybody, if you're struggling to do something and you're not getting it, just go online, go to YouTube, type something. You will see somebody have done it. Somebody, did I say somebody? People have content on that thing. And then if you watch the first one, it was not clear. What is the second one? It was not clear. Third one, it will clear. If it's not still clear, then enter my DM. Maybe I'll lay a hand on you and then you will get it. All right, thank you, Casey. Isaac, what's up? You have a question? Your hand is up, yeah?
I was just curious because I don't know if people are still using this Excel because people are already introducing me to BI tools
Yeah.
and yeah, like people are using online tools. Like the Excel is totally offline, not totally. People are doing it offline. People are using real life data. So I don't know, like I mean real time data that
Yeah.
is coming in every time, every time. I don't know if Excel can handle something like that, especially when the data is more than the capacity it can hold. So I hope we are going to be talking about the limitation of this Excel because myself as I am, I don't think I like this Excel. I don't think I like this too.
Oh, I like that. All right. So let me give, this might take me like maybe 3 minutes to answer this question because I know what Isaac is talking about. All right. Because I'm more into AI too. So I know how a lot of tools are going out of the market. But let me break it down. First of all, there is the industry demand. Then there is the industry growth. Industry demand is what are the things that these guys look out for when they hire data professionals. And you will agree with me that Excel is always in the job description. How do you know? Just go and read your job description. You can even ask ChatGPT, come up with give me an example or give me a link to job description for data analyst in fintech, in the finance industry, in health, in e-commerce, in agriculture. What are these companies hiring? What are their job description? What is in their job description? When you go through job description, you will see that Excel is actually there. All right. So even though we are in a fast economy and a lot of things are going out of place, Excel is one tool that is not going to go out of place. Let me be honest with you. All right. I'll be very honest with you. Excel is one tool that's never going to go out of place. Right. But the thing is the way it's being used and the kind of job. Now, if you're getting into a basic job, Excel is very powerful. But if you're going into like advanced roles in data science, machine learning, agentic AI, AI engineer, analytic engineer, AI researcher, Excel will not be of use to you at that point because at that point you're more into programming, you're more into working with APIs, you're more into working with different types of cloud technology. So you wouldn't see the reason to use Excel. In fact, your job will not even tell you that you should come with an Excel skills. It will be there in the job description. All right. So, but second thing, industry progress. Now, if you know Excel well and how to use data with it, you can also figure out Power BI well. I'll be honest with you. If you check anybody that is good in any BI tool, Tableau, Power BI, Looker, any of these BI tool, if you ask the person, please be honest with me. Did you know Excel well before you get it? They will tell you the truth. I've spoken with a number of them good at different tools. In fact, I have them as friends, right? And one thing is they all started with Microsoft Excel because Excel was a foundational tool. Take notes, take notes, take notes. Not because of the industry now, it's because of the industry growth. Because the growth in the market is fast, you need to have a good foundation. So with Microsoft Excel, you will lay the foundation of handling data, the foundation of working with data on tables, in spreadsheets. And then when you've gotten that foundational skills solid, you know how to handle data, you understand the spreadsheet tools, then you can now go to programming tools. And that's why even in your Power BI or Tableau, there is always the table view where your data is going to look like in rows and columns before you start building the dashboard and all. There must always be a spreadsheet feature in every BI tool. Even when you go to Python, if you've done Python, you know that Pandas has the data frame, right, Isaac? Right, it has data frame, and data frame is still what? Rows and column. So if you know how to handle a spreadsheet tool with data, then when you go to programming tools with data, whether the data is in an API or is in a comma separated values or any kind of delimiter, where it's you will still, even on structured data, it will still work out well because your foundation is solid. That's what I would just say. I would have said more, but I'm looking at time and honestly I don't want to keep us till 10:20. So Isaac, does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
All
Fine.
right. So Excel is never going to go out of date. But then I'll promise you guys something, which is um if you will be patient with what the study group can do, there are going to be study groups that are focused on AI, right? It's just that you cannot just we don't rush to build things here in SmartBizCrux. We take our time to build structure, and we make sure that we know what we're bringing into the community. If not, by now there would have been a study group for AI. But the goal is to make sure that people have the foundational skills. The goal is to make sure that people know what is going on. People are very good in what they say they do. And then when we get to that part where the study group has touched all the foundations, we can now start going into AI. Me, I'm a machine learning engineer. I want to talk about AI. I want to talk about machine learning, but I'm holding myself back, right? I want to say things like, about it in the comments, but nah, people don't need this now. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, So that's the reason why we're not strongly talking about so many things, but that does not mean that these things are not there. One of the best way is to stay updated, right? And I think everybody should invest in staying updated in the trend going on in our tech, evolution. I mean, there's AI evolution now, then there's a lot of evolution coming up in the future. So that's what I'll just say. That's what I'll just say. One more question and then we're out of here. One more question and we're out of here. No question. No question. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for creating the time to join. Thank you for staying to this time. Thank you for all the comments on the Google Classroom. Don't forget, every time you take a lesson, take a screenshot of the quiz, put it on the group. While you take a lesson on the Google Classroom with comments, make sure that what you're doing, make sure that you're not just here, you're learning, right? And I promise you get the best out of this program. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Do take good care of yourself and your loved ones too. And say a little prayer for bed. Have a beautiful evening. Bye for now.